What we've done in light of the events of January 6th is recognize a much broader range of messages has the potential to incite politically motivated violence, given what we saw. And so, as I mentioned, we've engaged with the RNC to communicate that no messages on behalf of President Trump and no messages questioning the validity or integrity of the election are allowed on our platform under the guidelines that may incite violence, given the escalated conditions in the United States right now.
Is there plans to stop giving to politicians as individuals, as PACs, as larger funds? Is it kind of a blanket across the board?
We are pausing all PAC contributions, and to underscore this, the events on January 6th are unacceptable, and we unequivocally condemn them.
What is the ethical responsibility of technology platforms when they're directly or indirectly used to incite violence?
Salesforce announcing it will prevent RNC emails from inciting violence.
Salesforce has made a business decision to end their relationship with us. This is crazy. Last month, we received this, an email from Salesforce severing their ties with Project Veritas. The email reads, quote, Salesforce has made a business decision not to extend our relationship with Project Veritas. Sincerely, Salesforce Legal. In the email, the Salesforce legal team stated they would not be extending their relationship with us. They said it was a, quote, business decision. They canceled us with zero explanation. None. Zip. But we weren't totally shocked because they were already joining forces with the cancel culture army.
Salesforce announcing it will prevent RNC emails from inciting violence. Salesforce owns the company the Trump campaign uses for its million-strong email distribution list.
The one thing about Project Veritas is we are everywhere. And as fate would have it, less than 24 hours later, I was standing right here when an insider from Salesforce reached out to us with a leaked internal tape.
Apparently, I'm not going to tell you who, but one of our UCJs is in touch with a Salesforce insider.
The leaked tape is not just any tape. It gives us an inside look into the minds of Salesforce's top brass executives, COOs, and senior vice presidents alike, secretly recorded January 13th, 2021. Remember, this was 2 days after their public announcement to take action against the RNC and just over 2 weeks prior to their business decision not to extend their relationship with Project Veritas.
Since the events of the 6th, I think one of the things that really impacts Salesforce is the national conversation about the role of technology in inciting that mob, in disseminating misinformation, and fomenting extremism. Almost every major social network at this point, including Twitter and Facebook, has taken action to suspend accounts. They continue to question the legitimacy of the election or encourage violence, including those of Donald Trump. Reporters and citizen journalists have dived into the platforms used by groups organizing the rally that turned into a mob. Everything from social networks to email services to e-commerce storefronts like Shopify. I think these are really important questions. To me, they represent, I think, the most important, complex ethical questions about digital technology that we're facing as a society. What is the ethical responsibility of technology platforms when they're directly or indirectly used to incite violence?
That was Salesforce COO Bret Taylor talking about Twitter and Facebook's suspension of accounts that questioned the legitimacy of the election. Taylor, Salesforce COO, ponders the ethics surrounding tech platforms being used, quote, directly but also, quote, indirectly used to incite violence. Where does one draw that line with these vague definitions? And what does Taylor plan to do about this issue? It goes far beyond canceling us. Take a listen.
What we've done in light of the events of January 6th is recognize a much broader range of messages has the potential to incite politically motivated violence, given what we saw. And so, as I mentioned, we've engaged with the RNC to communicate that no messages on behalf of President Trump and no messages questioning the validity or integrity of the election are allowed on our platform under the guidelines that may incite violence, given the escalated conditions in the United States right now.
Salesforce is deplatforming customers who question, quote, the validity or integrity of the election, unquote. So if you do any reporting on any issue pertaining to voter fraud, even if it's 100% accurate, Salesforce will not allow that message. Therefore, based upon what Salesforce COO Taylor is saying, we, Project Veritas, can't report our Texas voter fraud story where Raquel Rodriguez was arrested.
A Fox follow-up now on a story. A local woman accused of voter fraud is in custody.
Raquel Rodriguez, recorded by Project Veritas, was arrested.
What I do in picking up the balance when he was with me, that's illegal. I could go to jail. So I'm a little apprehensive to tell somebody, this is what I'm fucking doing.
You do not let anybody else know this is what I'm doing, because if I go to prison, I do not look cute in stripes. And I will hate you forever.
$55,000 upfront, 5,000 votes.
That's right. Cash.
Salesforce says they're even broadening the range of messages that, quote, may incite violence. These censorship policies seem to be a slippery slope. So who's behind the guidelines and what further steps are they taking?
Whether we like it or not, Salesforce's technologies are a part of this internal discussion and this external discussion. And I want to walk you through the actions that we're taking. First, I just want to remind you how we approach these questions at Salesforce. It's something that I think we do more thoughtfully than any technology company in the world. We have an Office of Ethical Humane Use of Technology led by Paula Goldman, an amazing executive. We also have an ethics advisory board made up of employees and external advisors to help guide us on questions like this. We have an acceptable use policy. It governs the use of our products for every single one of our customers. And every decision we made this week, and every decision we will make, is guided by this Office of Ethical and Humane Use. And our acceptable use policy applies to every single one of our customers. And finally, we are pausing all political donations through our Political Action Committee.
Questions about political donations, for example. So we've stopped donating. Are there plans to stop giving to politicians as individuals, as PACs, as larger funds? Is it kind of a blanket across the board? We're not donating anywhere to anything that is political.
We are pausing all PAC contributions, and to underscore this, the events on January 6th are unacceptable, and we unequivocally condemn them. So the pause certainly includes a suspension of any contributions to members of Congress that voted to object to the certification.
Let's keep in mind Salesforce, which is just a cloud-based customer relationship management tool, or CRM, feels they are somehow the arbiter of truth. Why do they think they have the authority to police freedom of speech? Funny enough, based on everything you've just heard from these internal leaked tapes, would you ever believe these Salesforce executives would champion First Amendment rights?
How do we preserve free speech and protect against political bias in the digital public square as technology companies more actively police the content on their platforms? And I want to reiterate that we honor and we respect freedom of speech. It is an integral part of who we are as a nation.
You respect freedom of speech, then why did you say that you're allowing no messages questioning the integrity of the election? Do you understand Raquel Rodriguez was arrested and she's on tape bragging about the fact that she could go to jail? Your company, which is a CRM, is canceling a journalist for reporting on information the public has a right to know. You have the audacity to say that you're for freedom of speech? And I'm personally still waiting on a reply from Salesforce Legal, I don't know who that is, for an explanation as to why they specifically made a business decision not to extend their relationship with Project Veritas. As I said in the email, we are a journalism organization. I also asked, does Salesforce intend to cancel other journalism clients? You decide. Again, we are citizen journalists. We investigate all types of corruption, and we pride ourselves in having no agenda. Also, contrary to popular belief, we have never and will never align ourselves with any political party. Veritas exposes the truth, period.
Taylor?
Yeah.
I'm a journalist with Project Veritas.
Can you please leave me alone at this point?
Why did Salesforce ban Project Veritas?
Please leave me alone.
Did Jack Dorsey ask you to ban Project Veritas because you're the board of Twitter? Brett Taylor, the public deserves to know. Are you banning me now, Brett?